demo about my new tool called click-clack that allows you to automatically create an MCP server from all of your Python click commands. So what you'll see right now, this is Cloud Desktop. You'll see that there's no tools mentioned anywhere, which means that I just haven't configured any MCP server. But with my tool called click-clack, you can see version 0.2.1. It claims that you'll be able to auto-generate an MCP server for all of your Python scripts. And you see here, it's basically claiming to be able to scrape all of your commands out of a directory that you point to. So let's see how that works. If I go and I undisable, or I guess I should say if I enable this click-clack MCP server in my Claude desktop config.json, basically what this says is use UV to run as if you're in my testing directory, and then just run the click-clack command, run it as an MCP server, give it the same path. And then now if I go over, you see still no tools, but if I quit Claude desktop and then I run it again, for some reason you have to swipe away. But now that I'm back, you'll see 5 MCP tools available. And if I can scroll through all these, I can see async test, duckdb query, hello world, etc. If I go back and I look at my testing directory, I have a few files here. There's, let's see, tree, source. So in source, there's a bunch of different things, but basically there's this duckdb query.py, hello world script.py, options test. If I just show you this duckdb query.py, you'll be able to see this is really simple. This is just a click command. It specifies that there's one arg, this query has a help string, database name, help string, and all it does is open up a DuckDB connection and then executes a query against it and prints out the results. What click-clack does, by using this configuration and pointing to that directory, click-clack basically just says, okay, I'm going to crawl that directory structure. I'm going to find all of those scripts that have a click.command inside of it, and then I'm going to wrap them up as MCP tools. And so that's how Cloud Desktop over here knows about these. I very simply just ran something that automatically discovered all of those tools. So now I guess I'll just show you a quick example. Show me my notes from my Claude testing DuckDB database. And it should be able to be smart enough to realize it should use the query DuckDB. So yep, run DuckDB query from click-clack, and I just say allow for this chat. It's going to think for a little bit and just run a few queries. What I think is really cool about Cloud Desktop is it's like debugging and finding different queries that work until it can actually send a query. Because like it doesn't even know the schema. So it was able to figure out its own, the schema of what's available in that database, and then it gave me a response. What I can say is like, show me a rendered table of all notes. And this is just Cloud Desktop. At this point, it's going to be able to create an artifact for me. This is cool. It's writing out some HTML. Hopefully it actually renders that with my notes from the database. I think right now I only have like 3 notes in database, but you can see it's already like, there you go. So that's pretty cool. This is my note-taking database. I have some insights. Claude can create and manage DuckDB databases directly through conversation. Query table schemas in DuckDB using this. What I think is really neat about this, as just an example, I can say make a new note that co-recursive is dope. And now it's just going to go off and hopefully write to the table. So it's saying insert into. Let's see, it had a couple errors. Let's see if it actually just writes the thing eventually. Oh, it's actually going through like the whole debugging cycle that I was mentioning earlier. And oh, it's generating a new table for me because I told it to render a table. Cloud Desktop just being cool. Oh, it's making inline edits. Here we go. Yeah, co-recursive is dope. Sweet. So what I think is really neat now is now I've also implemented memory in Cloud Desktop. So if I go and say create a new chat, this is a brand new chat. It's not going to have the same history from that last chat. Show me all my notes from the Claude testing database as a nicely rendered table. And let's see if this one has access to the same information. Again, I'm going to say allow. It's going to probably go through the same debugging process. It's doing a lot of debugging. One thing I find kind of interesting about 3.7 Sonnet is that it makes a lot of tool calls, which I think they're basically perfectly positioning Cloud Desktop for this type of use case that I'm showing you right now. Anyways, let's see what my new artifact looks like, see if it actually renders a table that has that latest note that I made in the previous chat. There you go, yeah. Co-recursive is dope. So now Claude Desktop has memory. And that's something that I got by writing a very simple script over here that was like, I don't know, 10 lines long. And click-clack just automatically discovered it by running it as an MCP server. So click-clack is dope. Give it a try. Write some Python click commands and give Claude Desktop some superpowers. Let me know what you think.